Hey, what is going on YouTube? In this video, I go over my Chase card setup that I've been using for close to 2 years now in order to generate the most Chase reward points that I can in order to use towards travel. Now, if you're new to this channel, my name is Will. I go with travel reward credit cards to help you guys travel more for less. So consider hitting that little red subscribe button for more videos. So like I said, I've been using this card setup for close to 2 years now, and I've gotten a tremendous amount of value from it. So I'm gonna go through the 3 cards that I use on a normal basis, and I have one additional one that I use every once in a while. So let's just go and jump straight into it. And the first card is going to be that Chase Sapphire Reserve card. So this one is the most important card that you have in your wallet, and that's because you need this card in order to use Chase's transfer partners. So you get a lot of value when you transfer your points out to the transfer partners. But in addition to that, you also get a 50% boost when you use the Chase Travel Portal when you have this card. So if you just want a more simpler way to use your points, just using the Chase Travel Portal is always a good option, and getting that 50% boost in your points when you use it is definitely a winner. So on a day-to-day basis, of course, I'm using this card for pretty much restaurants, so 3 points back on every dollar spent at restaurants. And then you get 3 points back on travel, but I don't normally travel on a regular basis, but you know, when I do, of course, I'm going to be putting this on this card here. Now, there are some other reasons why you may want to put some spin on the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, which I'll get into a little bit later. Now, I have made the argument in a couple of my previous videos where I say that you probably should start with the Sapphire Preferred card before getting the Reserve card. And the main reason for that is the Preferred card does have a higher sign-up bonus. So 60,000 points compared to the Reserve card's 50,000 points. And you can only get one Sapphire card bonus every 48 months. So you can't get both cards and get both sign-up bonuses. So you typically want to get the one that does have the higher one and then just upgrade to the Sapphire Reserve card later on. Now, there is a break-even point though. If you get the Sapphire Reserve card, if you put enough spend on it, you do kind of make up for that 10,000 point difference, because the Sapphire Reserve card does have you get 3 points back on all your spend, and then with the Preferred card, you get 2 points back on all your spend. So there is a break-even point that you can calculate there to see if it's really worth getting the Preferred card or the Reserve card first. And I'll leave a link to that video where I go over that down in the description below, right at the correct timestamp. So be sure to check that out after this video if that is something that you want to look into. Moving on to the second card, this is probably my favorite card in my wallet, and it's really not in my wallet most of the time. So this is the Chase Inc. Cash card. So with this card, you're going to get 5 points back on your internet and cable bill, your phone bill, streaming services like Netflix and Hulu, if you had to pay for SiriusXM radio, Microsoft Office monthly subscription, Adobe monthly subscriptions, all that is covered under that 5-point category with this card. So this is the only card that will give you 5 points that Chase offers, and you can just get a tremendous amount of value. For me personally, I spent just this month, I spent $650 on my phone bill. I have about 8 people on my phone bill right now, so I pay for all of them and I put it on this card. So that's over 3,000 points with just that one purchase every month on this one card. So definitely a huge point earner for me. You also get 2 points back when you pay for gas. Not a huge deal, but I guess it's better than nothing. And you do get 2 points back on restaurants as well. But like I said earlier, you're gonna be putting that restaurant spend on your Chase Sapphire Reserve card. So not something I usually use. Now, the Ink Cash card doesn't have an annual fee. I forgot to mention that. The only annual fee of the cards I'm going to be using is going to be the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, which has that annual fee of $450. The rest of the cards, no annual fee. So that is definitely something you always want to look into to make sure you keep your annual fees down as much as possible. Now, for my third card, it's going to be another Chase business card, and it is the Ink Unlimited card. So the Ink Unlimited card, you get 1.5% back on all of your spend. Again, no annual fee here either. And you're going to be using this card whenever you're not using the other 2 cards pretty much. So 1.5% back on all of your spend. Now, you may be wondering why I'm not using the Freedom Unlimited card, which is the same thing. You get 1.5% back on everything. The Ink Unlimited card has a slightly better benefits when it comes to your purchase protections. So with the Ink Unlimited card, you get $10,000 per claim, up to $50,000 per account with purchase protection. So with purchase protection, pretty much if you buy something on the card and for some reason it's damaged or if it gets stolen within 120 days of that purchase, Chase will reimburse you up to $10,000 per item, $50,000 per year. Now with the regular Freedom Unlimited card, that per claim amount is only $500. So a huge difference there. So if you're someone that's going to make a big purchase, it may be better to actually put that spend on the Ink Unlimited card instead of the Freedom Unlimited card. Now, I had to say one more thing though. The Chase Sapphire Reserve card actually is the best card to put big purchases on, something that's really sensitive that you're kind of worried about breaking or damaging within 120 days or 90 days. And that's because the Chase Sapphire Reserve card also has return protection. So return protection, if for some reason the store that you bought the item from doesn't accept a return for whatever reason, you have 90 days from the date of purchase in order to send that back to Chase, and they will reimburse you. It's up to $500, I believe, $1,000 per year. Now, this is one benefit that I just recently was able to take advantage of. I was during my wedding time. I forgot to take something back. It was a pair of earbuds that cost me $200, and I just missed a window, so they wouldn't take it back. So I sent it into Chase, and they just pretty easy. They gave me my $200 back. So it has to be in like new or new condition in order to send them back. And of course, you had to have proof of purchase and all that stuff. It's fairly simple process to go through. So if you're trying to, make a big purchase or something that you're kind of worried about, the Chase Sapphire Reserve card is the best card to put your purchase on. But if you do care more about that, extra 0.5% back, you may just want to use the Ink Unlimited card. So completely up to you. I think when I bought those earbuds, I just happened to only have this card in my wallet, so I kind of lucked out there. But yeah, just something to keep in mind. That's why I use the Ink Unlimited card for stuff instead of the Freedom Unlimited card. But I do still look at the Chase Sapphire Reserve card sometimes when I'm making these big purchases. So those are the three main cards in my card setup, but there is one more that I use occasionally, but it hasn't really gotten that much use this year, and that is just the regular Chase Freedom card. So with this card, you get those 5% categories every quarter, and in 2019, it just wasn't that great for me. So they had 2 quarters, which were gas, which is okay. I spent about $90 per month on gas, so nothing too significant there. And then they had groceries, which is great. I always take advantage of that. And then right now during Q4, they're doing department stores and Chase Pay. I don't know why they have Chase Pay. They know no one uses Chase Pay. The reason they know that is because they're getting rid of Chase Pay in 2020. So 2019 was pretty bad. I mean, it really hasn't been good for me since 2017 when I first got the card. Back then they had like a restaurant quarter, they had groceries, they had, I think, Chase Pay, Google Pay, Apple Pay. Maybe that was in 2018. But I feel like it's just getting worse and worse for the Freedom card. So we'll see what happens in 2020. But this card doesn't get too much use from me this year. So let me go ahead and show you guys how many points I've accumulated for the year and how it breaks down for each of these cards. Before I jump into how many points I've earned for 2019, if you guys can hit that little like button, easy and free way to support the channel. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. I would greatly appreciate it. So look at how many points I've earned for 2019, 125,000 points. And once my December statement closes, I should be closer to 130,000. So that's pretty good for me. I typically estimate 85 to 95,000 points per year, but I had some pretty big purchase related to my wedding that kind of went on my Chase Sapphire Reserve card. So looking at the breakdown, Chase Sapphire Reserve card, 74,560. Again, that's pretty high because of those wedding purchases for me. I'm a very frugal person. I'm not just throwing money on these cards in order to generate points. That's a big no-no. Just spend money like you normally would, put it on your credit card, pay it off in full every month. So just a little side note there. So Sapphire Reserve card, pretty high. My wife also has a Sapphire Reserve card. She's an authorized user on my account. She uses it enough independently. It makes up for that $75 that we had to pay. The Freedom card, $11,175. Ink Cash card, $24,275. And then the Ink Unlimited, 14,870 points. Now, these numbers for the Ink cards are actually kind of low for me. And the reason is because during 2019, I was actually getting brand new credit cards. And once I get those new cards, I'm trying to hit those sign-up bonuses as soon as possible. So I pretty much throw all my spend on those cards. So really, I should have gotten a lot more points with the Ink Cash card. And during 2020, I do plan to not get as many cards. So I'm pretty sure that number is going to be maybe twice as high as what it is now. So that's one thing that you need to keep in mind, guys. It's really an in-game setup. In your first 2 years, you may be getting too many cards to really take advantage of this full card setup. But once you get through that 3rd year, you're going to be less cards probably available for you to get. So you'll probably be leaning more towards into this card set or card system. Now, I do have a spreadsheet I want to show you guys that will kind of estimate how many points you can earn based on your own personal spend. So let's go ahead and look at that now. So here we have the spreadsheet. I'll leave a link down in the description below if you want to download it yourself and fill out your own numbers. It's pretty self-explanatory. You're just going to be filling in all of the green cells. So choose whether or not you're going to have the preferred or the reserve card. Fill in your monthly spend. If you want to include any sign-up bonuses, feel free to do that. Just make sure those numbers are correct. Those sign-up bonuses can change if you're watching this sometime in the future. These are as of December 2019. Choose how you want to redeem your points. So you can either use the Chase Travel Portal, the Travel Partners, or your own personal valuation. So for the Travel Partners, I use a Point Guys valuation. Again, as of December 2019, it's around 2 cents per point. I value the points at a little bit higher than that, just based on my own use of these points for the past couple years, at about 2.5 cents per point. So in terms of that cash value, I'm getting about $3,100. And then once I take into consideration all of the other benefits, as well as the annual fee, the authorized user fee, I'm getting a net value of $3,000. So again, if you want to use this spreadsheet, it's going to be in the description below if you want to download it and fill in your own numbers. So for 2020, this is pretty much going to be my card setup. I'm going to get a couple cards at the beginning of the year, but that's going to be pretty much it for the rest of the year, unless something amazing comes along where I just have to get it. But for the most part, I'm just going to fall back into my normal card setup. No sign-up bonuses or anything like that. But let me know down in the comments below what your card setup is. What do you have in your wallet normally when you're not hitting sign-up bonuses? And thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to smash that like button. Again, easy and free way to support the channel. Subscribe for more videos, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.